All right. Good morning, everybody. It's February 12th, 7:03 in the morning. So today we're going to talk about a little bit about the marijuana destruction that happened yesterday and why you got to be so careful. I think people are finally starting to figure out kind of why you can't just hold and hope and buy these huge runners that are up way too much because you're going to get crushed. And that goes for the OTC market as well. If you notice, TLRY just all day was just straight down. No real bounce attempt after it had this little perk in the morning. And MJNA, this was my top watch yesterday. It just couldn't bounce. I mean, it had a panic, a little bounce, a panic, and then a little bounce right here. That's about it. It didn't really have any nice kind of bounce until down here. But at that point, it was just so hard to trade because of this. You just didn't know if it was going to keep going down or not, especially because TLRY was down the entire day. So this actually outperformed TLRY, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, I mean, you just got to be super careful. I tried dip buying this right here, and I actually had a decent entry, but I couldn't get out. The fills were terrible. E-Trade was not cooperating, so I ended up selling right here for a small loss. And again, I tried to buy down here, and I sold for a small gain here, but I mean, it was nothing crazy. It was really hard to get executed, and it was just really, really choppy. And you just gotta stay away from these. You know, when the leaders are dropping, and they're dropping hard like TLRY did. I mean, it dropped. I mean, how much did this drop yesterday? I mean, look at that, way off its highs, almost right back down to the breakout level. When that happens, you just gotta be super careful. Now, the thing to watch today is because this is down so much, you could have a bounce. This could be a bounce day. I would be extremely careful. I wouldn't get over convicted in the trade. I would definitely wait for a confirmation. I'd probably wait till it breaks the 35 level, and then it would need to break 40 convincingly for me. I think this is a real bounce play today. If not, I'm leaving it alone. Got to remember this thing was trading at $7 all last year. So yeah, great. I mean, I know there's news that pumped it up, but you can't. This is definitely a shift in momentum. You know, people were used to things going from 7 to 71 to 100 to 150, and that's just not how it works. And again, you have to look at the past. I mean, TLRY back in, I think it was 2017, 2018, had the exact same price action, and that's what you have to look for. I mean, the history does repeat itself. Yeah. So right here, back in when was this? 2018. You see this big run up to 300, and it came right back down to 90, and then it tried to go again, and then it had the fade that you see now. So with that being said, you could have that bounce now. This could bounce to 48.50. I don't know. I don't play NASDAQ right now. I'm really focused on OTCs, but if you are a listed trader, that is something I would be looking for, is a bounce up maybe to 40, 48. I would also be looking at this 30, 45, 1 level. That was kind of like the next breakout level, as well as 22 level. It should hopefully base around there. If it doesn't base there and it keeps coming down, I mean, you could see $8 within the next couple of days or a week. So just keep it on watch. Be careful. If you're planning on these OTC weed stocks, I'd kind of stay away from them unless the leaders start to come back. If TLRY and CDC come back, then I'd consider it a buy. But if not, I'd stay away from it because, I mean, these fills were just horrible. It was straight down. It could bounce, it could not. And I don't like playing that uncertainty, so I'm gonna stay away. There's better plays out there, so let's get to those better plays. All right, we'll start with ECEZ, Electrosciences. This just had a straight up spike yesterday. Again, hard to play these straight up spikes. I know I don't want to play those just because you never know how hard they're gonna come down. And it did. It came down, had a nice little bit of consolidation here. This would have been a nice little dip entry. And then it just consolidated all day. Again, this is what we talked about before, these little A, B, C, D patterns where it comes up, it comes back down, and it consolidates. You want to buy near this high day break, which would have been 49 cents, and you could have sold up here into the 67 sevens, or you could swing it overnight. I mean, these OTCs have shown that they close strong, they gap up the next day. So that could be a good risk reward trade, maybe sell a quarter or a half here. I'm going to be looking to dip buy this today. This is the big first green day. It broke out past this 12-cent level, and it just went insane today or yesterday. So I'll look for it to come down a little bit in the morning. I mean, but this very well could have more continuation. We'll see. We'll see what it does today. But I would like a nice little dip to buy into. OPTI, this had a perfect afternoon panic. This is what I look for. I didn't play this. I was away from the markets again in the afternoon, unfortunately, but this had a 30% bounce. So I'll be watching this again for similar price action. It did hold up pretty well right after the bounce. I mean, it consolidated right near the top of that bounce level. So this could have another leg up today. We'll see. One thing to keep in mind, it is up 1, 2. That was technically its third green day when it opened. So now we could have some consolidation, or maybe it just comes right back down. We'll wait and see. I'm not going to get over convicted. If it does look strong, I will look to buy just a long opportunity and try to hold it, because that could, dictate that it's going to have another leg up. So we'll see what that does. TSNP, bring this back. I mean, this has been on the watch list for the last 3 days, and it's just an animal of the stock. Shorts are really heavy in this right now, and as you tell, they're beating it down in the mornings, and it's coming back up every day. Same thing here. It got beaten down. I think a lot of people thought it was over here when it was going to the 1.2s, and it just came back strong. So I'll be looking for the same thing. I mean, I think the more that it does this, the more shorts are going to get inside of the stock. And as we all know, if the shorts get really heavy in here, and this doesn't break this 25-cent, this $1.25 level, we could have another squeeze on our hands, because I mean, this is a key level and it hasn't been able to break it yet. And if it doesn't break it, those shorts are going to get destroyed. So I'll be looking at that and seeing if this has a nice continuation day today. If it does, I'll definitely be looking to buy, because I think these shorts will get squeezed, and that would be a good percent gain. BLXX, they had some interesting Bitcoin news. Apparently they're launching some Bitcoin, I can't find my news now, but apparently they're launching some sort of Bitcoin service, which of course, if you mention Bitcoin in any of your headlines, people are going to just flock to it, and it's going to go nuts. So that's pretty much what happened on this bad boy. My news scanning software alerted it right about here. When was that? 21 cents. I didn't buy. It was this thing spiked up way too fast for me. So now I'm just going to watch it. Volume's kind of weak. So I'll see if it has like a panic day with volume, or if it can have another continuation day. I mean, this was its first big green day. If we look back at the 4-year chart here, you can tell it's kind of a trash stock. It's never really done much. So this isn't going to be a stock I'm really going to be looking too strongly at, just because, I mean, these have been its best 2 days. It doesn't have a history of running. So I'll keep it on watch, but I'm not going to get over convicted on this guy. The only thing I'm keeping it on watch for is the fact that it did have Bitcoin news, and Bitcoin's super hot, so Bitcoin could keep it moving. HCMC, this was a stock I talked about a couple days ago. It had another good green day yesterday. I did try to buy this at the open. I didn't get filled very much, so made a couple $100 on this. I'll be watching this again for another continuation today. But it's getting toppy up here again. I think I mentioned this last time about all the selling pressure that's coming in. And as you can tell, these dojis are just getting, the wickers are getting higher and higher. And you're seeing way less of the candles. So this could have another down day today. We'll kind of see what happens. Again, not gonna get too over convicted right now, especially considering the OTC markets cooled off a little bit yesterday. HIPH, again, this was on the watch list a couple days ago. No news, but I mean, I did make that note. That was the 18-cent breakout level. It broke 18 cents. It was a little choppy, but it did go all the way up to 33 cents. So I'll be looking to get into a panic to try and get an entry. And we'll see if this can keep going. Kind of the same plan as the other ones. We'll see how it goes in the afternoon. Ideally, it has this similar kind of action where it panics down. Preferably, if this could come down to 28 or 22, that would be where I'd like to look to buy that at 22-cent level, ideally. Okay, I'm going to talk about HCMC, HQGE. You can see my little note here. I wanted a panic here. It did have a panic, but it was very choppy. Panicked up, came back, panicked down, came back. And this is the real panic in the afternoon. So it almost looks like the trend right now is that the panics are happening more in the afternoons. So that's something to keep in mind. This was a nice 45, this was a 50% bounce. So that was a really nice bounce. And this is why I love these little pennies, because when they do bounce, you get these really, really big percentage gains. And the risk reward is really great. I'm going to try to stay more patient today, just because, like I said, a lot of these panics have been happening later in the day and not right at the open like they usually do. So going to keep it on watch, going to see what happens. It did close a little weak. So I do think this is a good candidate for a panic today. And you can tell it did have that red day yesterday. So I would expect this to probably come down some more. And I talked about BLXX. Okay, so that is it for today. A little bit shorter of a watch list. I mean, there's a lot more running that you can watch. OPTI, HX, GRAL, RABE. Again, if you want information on those other stocks, join my mentorship program. I'll go over those there. But that's about it. Stay safe out there, and remember, keep those position sizes in check, and don't chase. I mean, that's how you get caught in these TLRY and CGCs that dump on you 50, 60%, and then you're stuck holding the bag. So be careful. Don't be a bag holder, and have a safe day, guys. Peace.